There was a couple times this evening that the comment of where doom was brought up. I don't believe that after so much trials and tribulation that the black community is doomed. I don't believe that. I do think that there is a correction that needs to happen, right? I think that there is a coming to Jesus moment almost. But I mean, like everything, it can be fixed. Everything can be rewritten. Everything can, sail the course. The only thing is that are we all willing collectively to throw the culture out the window? Everything that Hank talked about, right? Are you willing to throw away all those things that people kind of value and hold close to out the window and really start afresh? Like every day that we wake up, man, is a new opportunity to learn, grow, evolve, etc. Right? Every single day. I don't believe in that things are over. It's only over until it's really over. But I just think that it's gotten to a point where um divisiveness has been such a key pivotal way of communicating, and we see it everywhere. We see it in our we see it in our political system, right? When we have presidential debates or city council or any things of that nature, right? You see people really, really trying to spill it apart. But I think that at some point, people have to really realize that you need each other a lot more than you don't. I think individualism at this point is starting to really, really show its head and that it's not working. Like, look at the last 10, 15, 25, 40 years. Has it been working? Like, ask you that. Like, that's the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And if it's not working, then what has to go and what has to change? And I think that's a conversation that people have to really ask themselves every single day and kind of start from there. Hey, you.
All right.
Hank,
Quick.
Hank, you know the scary Hank, the scary part about I forgot what city it was, but there was a law that they were trying to pass to where it made if you were walking around sagging your pants, it was a fine, right? It was illegal. And what did the black community do? We said it was racist. We said that it was racist because we don't want to have create a standard. We felt that it was going to target us. I'll never forget. I went to STK downtown Chicago on Mother's Day, and this was around the time that they were, the restaurants was enforcing these dress codes. And there was this black woman that came. She was standing at the door, and she had a shirt that said something like "It's my birthday, bitch." Big as hell, full shirt, and they wouldn't let her in. What did she do? Oh, they racist. They won't let me in. They racist. They racist. No, you're wearing something inappropriate in a place where this is not how we dress in here. But instead of going home and changing her clothes, instead of coming out being dressed decently, she jumped on her cell phone and pulled out her camera to say that what they was doing was racist. We gotta stop doing this. Forget what other people are doing, what they think. The inside of our community, the the not so loud, my is saying that we do not agree with this. This is not cool. I was just in the Apple store today. It's a plethora of different cultures of people in there. One black woman with a bonnet on. Why? Why you got a bonnet on in the Apple store in the middle of the day? It's 12 o'clock. So if we can't criticize our own people for dressing and coming and conducting themselves in the way that they are, how can we get upset that somebody else is doing it? Who else is going to do it? If we not checking our own people, how are we going to expect for other cultures to be like, oh, okay, well, it is what it is? That makes no sense. We have to be proactive about this.
I think you're right, Viz. I mean, even when it comes to things like wearing a do-rag, right? Like I like wearing my do-rag like anybody else. And it's like, you know, we all like to wear our do-rags, but you know, I was raised, and which I thought most black people were raised, like, you don't wear your do-rag outside. Like that's not how that's not how I was raised, at least. So when I see people with their do-rag outside, to me, I look at that like, bro, why is your do-rag on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a hat. Like what are you doing? And it's like, we've gotten to a point where people, it seems as though a lot of people in our community think that any standards at all are like racist. If I say you can't wear Timbs in this club, it's like, or no construction boots in this club, it's like, oh, you don't want black people in the club. It's like, no, white people wear boots too. If I say I don't want sneakers in the club, oh, you hate black people. No, white people wear sneakers too. You know, we just don't want sneakers in the club because this is the tier of the environment. And I just think that we gotta get a little bit more cultural awareness to understand that. And to reference back to the video, what she's talking about in the video is something that Thomas Sowell talks about all the time, which is how, again, most other communities, they have learned to ostracize their low-level behavior. And usually the low-level behavior, unfortunately, comes from people with lower intelligence, right? So other societies have learned to align the higher intelligence people at the top of society and give them the power, and to align the lower intelligence people at the bottom of society. In our community, and this was me growing up, right? All the smart kids got made fun of. It's not like that in other communities. Like the smart kids don't get made fun of. Like the people who speak the language proficiently don't get told that they're talking white in other cultures. You know, they get applauded for being able to speak the language proficiently for their skills at the English language. With us, it's, oh, you trying to sound white. Oh, you're a nerd. You're corny. You're this and that. And it's like, we have to change our cultural perception of ourselves to the point where we're okay with true excellence. Like, yeah, it's okay to like being intelligent. It's okay for the nerds to be at the top of society. Like, we don't have to let the lowest levels of society control us socially. But I'll end there.